laws or regulation affecting the real estate documentation in Nigeria? Okay, so I'm going to broaden that to just in legal real estate sector. Um, you have almost every law relating to planning, right? The Lagos Building Control Agency has its own functions. The Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning Board has its own function. Lagos State Physical Planning Authority has its own function. The Lagos State Materials Testing Lab has its own function. So anybody that wants to build from scratch, you need to have your consultant, architect, or builder, certified builder, that is going to go ahead each stage after getting your building permit. First of all, building permit, you do your fence permit and all that. First of all, he's going to go to the relevant, they will submit your plan with the relevant to the relevant body, whether it's lab card that controls, depending on where the building is, whether it's LASVCA or LSPPA. Now, material testing, every stage, every material you're going to use, you bring them to site, they give you a certificate of completion that you should go ahead. These materials are okay for the construction. Um, um, for those building in certain areas, you will need, like this is part of the building plan approval. They will tell you to submit soil test reports. They'll tell you to submit density reports and some other technical tests. But this is with the building at each stage. Okay, when you do your decking, the first floor, your second floor, and so on and so forth. Now, if you are going to be going, if you are building in a mass way, then you'll be looking at, you go and meet regional planning, urban and regional planning board to say, look, I'm building about 100 units in this estate. They're going to send their people there. You're going to have your approved layout. They're going to look at your approved layouts and say, okay, this is okay. They're actually the ones that will give you the approval for the layout. Now, if it is in an area that is developing, you will also still get the approval rather than from them, you get it from NTDA, the New Towns Development Authority, because it's in a new area. So basically, everybody in this axis of Chevron to Ekpe, NTDA is one that will approve the layouts because of the fact that most of the places there are new developments and all that. But basically, I will advise anybody just talk to your engineer or your consultant or your builder that is building for you. They know the relevant departments. There are a lot. You Once you are a builder or a developer that builds, you are looking at almost 16 different agencies that you will be playing with to get. And of course, they will still tell you, just like for your building permit, which is like the beginning, they'll tell you you can't start anything with us until you have title. Okay, if you don't, and so that's there you're looking at PAMSEC's office. That's either you're doing the Directorate of Land Services or you're doing the land registry itself alone or Surveyor General's office. So you may have, okay, let's say Virgin Land, you do your survey plan, Surveyor General's office, you go to COO section to process your COO under lands itself, you get that done. You don't have that, right? Then you go for a building plan approval, that's another department, like that, like that. Like you're almost about 16 that you're going to be going through in Lagos State. Yes, it may be plenty, but there's a good workflow once you know what you're doing. And there are so many professionals now that from practice makes perfect. The same reason why you tend to pay someone with more experience more than someone that's just starting. They know all the relevant departments, probably have working relationships, and they know where the pitfalls may be and how to overcome them from the get go so that you won't have to spend too much time. So you are paying that experience grants you speed. So the regulations, I just mentioned the agencies anyway. I don't think I need to mention the regulations, but the agencies will do all that. Down to renovation, you need permits for Lagos State Physical Planning Authority to do a renovation in an apartment. in your apartment to change your tiles, you need to get a permit to renovate from LSAPA. It's just a way for the government to continue to make money through tax. Um, to demolish a building, you need a permit from the planning authority of the local government that are demolishing this house. And they will let you know, okay, your demolition permits to give you that. And they will advise you, you cannot use, okay, this area, you cannot use trucks of this size to come to this area. That is a lesser kind of truck to do that demolition because of the area that particular building is in, and so on and so forth. So for me, I just learned that a whole lot goes into not just buying the land. You want to have a house, you want to be a house. A whole lot goes into property ownership in Nigeria. And I think this is one of the things that a lot of people, especially as viewers, might actually not know that a lot of work goes down behind the scene. It's that beautiful structure you see. Yes. Okay, so thank you so much, sir. A quick one before we go. I would like to ask, how do you see technology impacting the legal documentation in Nigeria? So it started already. So we just need to, as we are now, the land registry is online. Lagos State Land Registry is online. The problem is with the upload to the portal for you to just access it. Um, Real estate, the litigation part, for instance, almost is getting better. We are filing online now. We don't need to go to the registry in the courts physically to start our filing process. But they've we've mastered it for the magistrate court now. The high court, they're still tweaking it, and we hope that very soon that will be. Now they took that same thing to the probate registry. The upload is the problem because we're talking about the same thing with library. We're talking about documents that go way back to 1819 something. So and we're in 2024. So that's the problem they're having. And now, which is the major thing, um, legal, no, sorry, not legal practitioners now, practitioners in the real estate documentation sphere where there's people that do perfect documents for people on a regular. We are pushing that each, like maybe government, the Lagos state government will do it area by area because we need to compare. They need to compare documents of ownership. Now, this is what I mean by that comparison. Bolaji and myself may have COOs, right? But my COO may be referring to Bolaji's land. But maybe my house is still 2 streets away. Maybe a few coordinates. So we are saying, because so technically speaking, you have title, I have title, but my title is can be made invalid because my physical structure is not. I've explained that earlier. So we are saying, do they upload generally, and all the errors and all the shady deals of the past will be covered, or do we correct it as they are uploading? That's one of the major arguments that they are having. So it pays shady people not to have that done, but it does not pay people that want honest dealings. Because why should I chat or get my survey plan, I mean my COO number, the registration number, and go to the registry and search it, and then in 2 3 years time or 20 years time, someone comes to say, I want to buy the property from you, and I'll now check it that physically my house is supposed to be where your house is, but my house is here, and all my documents are here. So do we continue? Do we upload everything and just let all those errors be, or we correct them? I I don't know how they can solve this. Even AI may not be able to help now because you need physical people on ground to do all those things. And as long as there's a human input, there may be errors because human beings can make mistakes deliberately or honestly. Now, if we are to use, there's what you call GPS, um, global positioning satellites. The GPS system was what was laid out by intelligent people to like sort of put the whole world in some little squares, right? Ideally, if a surveyor has been to your plot of land once and uploads it, GPS should take cognizance of it that okay. So then you go, you take the GPS or the data, you send it to the registry of that state. That look, surveyors have prepared survey plans of this amount of people. Then you give a smart AI tool to look at it and say, compare coordinates, flag any document that has coordinates that are not boundary mates into the system. Let's flag them and then, but because of the human elements, like I said, nobody wants that to happen now. AI has come to stay, technology has come to stay. The registry should be online fully by now. But you still have a situation where I'm running a search. They've shut down the access to the portal anyway. I'm running a search and I go, I'll not be able to see everything about the property. I can always just check the title of does it exist? Basically, that's all it's telling me. And a lot of them will to tell you it's not available in the system, meaning it's not been uploaded. Even to date, I have documents that exist that is not even in the land registry physically. They say they have to go to the I'm not one of the buildings, the regularization building that I used to know it as, to search physically for the file. When they've been, do you know since when they started uploading? 20, in 2017? Does it take you that long to upload? So in as much as I don't want to go and berate, I believe it's easy to conclude all those. And I believe later someone can design an AI tool to do the comparison we want. And we flush out all the double registration because that's what it is. A physical space is registered two, three, four times because somebody has been mischievous somewhere and wants to perpetrate fraud. So it just takes for us to have the will to clean up that. And then I should be able to go sit in my office. Someone gives me a search to do. I should be able to type the number, send in my application. They will verify, maybe enter my MBA number. Oh, you're a lawyer. You are this thing. Maybe submit an affidavit or a letter of application. And they look at it and they say, okay, to be treated, okay, then the next thing, like, this is your access code to the land registry website portal. I enter my access code. It gives me maybe an interface with Flutterwave or Paystack. I make a payment. Government collects its money and and then I'm able to scroll through. You know, like when you watch some American or foreign films and you see someone going to a library and then all the books have been digitized. So they are looking through the old ones. They don't need to look for it whereby it might have even crumbled. Maybe they don't have the money to preserve because preservation is another thing. Paper, to preserve paper you have to control the environment, moisture, humidity, and all that. So I should be able to do that 10 minutes later, but 90% of the time, this is what happens. So I have my clerk that goes to Al Leg literally every day because I have perfection files. So the registry, like DLS is here, land registry is here, downstairs here. So DLS is this week. So because we are following up on our perfection files, that's what we call them to perfect title. The DLS office is here. So then I mean the registry office. I just sent the number to him. He runs, gives it to my the person we use. That person helps us run the search. He runs to the bank, pays the official fee, comes back, gives the person the